Welcome to Up the Town.
Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome to Up the Town. I'm Paul. We have had a little bit of a break, but coming back to you now to give you a little bit of an update about what's going on over the next few months. As you can tell right now, if you are on YouTube, I am not in my normal studio. It's why the lighting is not as good. You can only see about half my face right now. That's okay. I am a little sunburned on the top of my head, and I'm a little tired, but that's okay. I'm currently in Florida, going to be down here for about 2 weeks. Very excited to doing the theme parks. Already did the Disney thing, did the SeaWorld thing, and now gonna do some beaching, go down to the Keys, and it's gonna be really fun. Family getaway. Even though I'm not completely off, I'm still working most of this week, and then the beginning of next, and then just enjoying time off. But right now, sitting at a house in Sarasota, Florida, and just enjoying the sun. So the season is over. That's it. We're done with that, which is really weird. The guys I think are currently in Vegas, from what I've seen, and now we're just kind of waiting for the long, drug out summer. I'm sure we're just going to start to hear some transfer rumors coming out. I'd say in the next month. Preseason starts. I think in a month or 2 months, something like that. I don't have the schedule in front of me, and I'm not even at home, so my brain's half asleep anyway. But a lot of exciting things for the show for the summer. So instead of just taking a sabbatical off, right? I know that everyone still wants to have a lot of Wrexham and see what's going on, and that's what hopefully that we're going to deliver to you throughout the summer. So a couple things that's going to happen. Number one, we're going to start bringing on people from all over the world, engaged with the club, former players. Maybe we'll get a few celebrities. We'll see if we can make that happen. And just talk about Wrexham, like how they got into this, what's their why behind following the club, what are they super excited about, have they been to Wrexham, if they have, what are some of the key takeaways from that, former players seeing exactly where the club is now compared to when they played for it, and what that means to them, and how does that affect them. Is there a really cool tie to what's going on now versus how maybe they felt about the club 10 years ago. What's that ride like for them? People that are engaged in the club, that I'm going to ask them more around things that involves their fandom, not just what's going on. Talk to me about Wrexham and all this, and welcome to Wrexham. People are getting asked that all over the place, and I want to bring that different aspect, that different element of, okay, what is it like for them as a fan being engaged with the club and seeing all those things that are happening, and how does that tie into their personal life? So that's a cool little element. And then, of course, Welcome to Wrexham Season 2 is going to come out at some point during the summer, we believe. We're going to start doing wrap-up shows for that. So we're going to do like little recap shows. Maybe we'll bring on a guest or two when we're doing that, talk to them about that. I'm sure there's going to be people on that have experienced the match. Obviously, some of the people that we have and we know in Wrexham, but then some of the our American friends that are Wrexham fans that have been overseas and been to a couple matches. Myself, it's going to be really cool to see some of those things. And then ultimately, I think the real fun episode's obviously going to be the title-winning episode and then the parade, unless they put them together. I don't know if they're going to do that. They might. But it's going to be a fun summer. It's not just going to be us waiting or just casually getting on Twitter. We want to engage. We're going to do some Twitter spaces. We're going to engage the community at large as much as we can to build that community, right? Like, we want to be a fan channel and a community where people come together and talk about Wrexham, and not just in the short term, but also give them a space to where we can have these conversations at multiple levels at multiple times and just really enjoy everything that this club has to offer. It was so awesome to see the parades. It's so awesome to see that the guys got to go to Vegas. I think Caitlin Olsen was putting suntan lotion on one of the players to make sure he didn't get sunburn. It was pretty funny to see that. The summer, we have the summer friendlies in the U.S. That's a big thing for Wrexham. It's going to be I think you're really going to see the Wrexham phenomenon really hit even bigger for those of you that live in Wales. For those of us in the U.S., I think we understand it. I think it's hard from when you're 4,000 miles away. You see the people coming over, right? Like obviously you see one side that we don't. This is a side that I think from the American aspect we see. And it's going to be a real big thing when you start to see Wrexham playing in front of 50, 60,000 people and selling out. And there's going to be, I'd say, a good chunk of those, if not majority of those, are going to be Wrexham fans. And that's going to be a very, very crazy thing. We have some journalists coming on the show as well. And obviously we're going to go the rounds with the Alabama Reds, because there's a lot of it's really interesting, the phenomenon there about how many Wrexham fans are from Alabama, which is very interesting to me, that there's so many of those, so many of them from that state. If you're listening to the show and you haven't already said, hey, like, I'd love to be on and talk, shoot a DM on either Instagram or Twitter, Up the Town Show, for both of those. Let me know. We'd love to have you guys on. I think we have 6 or 7 people lined up already. But, we want to have more people and really just load the summer down with really interesting, people, not just lifelong Wrexham fans, but the Wrexham fan that's just started because of the documentary, and the ones that have come over from the U.S. and the season ticket holders, right? And the former players, and just bring all this together. And then we'll do this continuously. Like every summer, we'll start to do these things, we'll have a big lineup, and hopefully there won't be as big of a gap, but I've had some work trips and, some other stuff, and just life being a dad. Sometimes it's a little hard to do that. We're also going to add people to the channel. So we're going to have other people come in and contribute. We're working on some people over in Wales. There's some people in the US. So we're going to get a broader range. It's not just going to be my voice coming through and dictating and talking about, what's going on and how we do that. So it's very exciting. I'm very excited to see how this goes, how this flows. And the summer's going to be very, very good. And I can't wait for it. So I just wanted to jump on, give everyone a little bit of an update on where we're at, short little episode, and start to look for these episodes to start to come out, I would say early next week. And then kind of going from there, where we should have 1 or 2 episodes a week coming through on YouTube and then all the other podcast channels. So anyway, make sure you're following. Make sure you leave a review. That helps a whole lot, especially on the podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with your friends, and let's have a really good time. Thanks, everyone. Up the Town.
And that's a wrap for Up the Town. Thanks for joining us and being part of the worldwide Wrexham family.